HITC Sport. Alright, so I spend most of my time just moaning about footballers, right? I just sound like some sort of pregnant camel. Just constantly moaning and groaning. Mostly sounding like I've got the tolerance of Piers Morgan on the treadmill. But no. In this video, I'm going to take a look at every Premier League club and just predict what one player will have an utterly breakout year in 2022. I mean, come on lads, the pressure is now on. I am giving you my public backing on the internet. You have the power to once again make me look like I've got the intelligence of some gypsy who gets breastfed by a cow. Please, in a year's time when I revisit this video, I don't want to look like I've given my full backing to now some couch potato footballer who's now just serving milkshakes out of a minivan and living in his mother's attic. Come on, this is my seal of approval, so lads, do not let me down. Right, let's go. Arsenal, Gabriel Martinelli.
Oh, Irish guy, how can Gabriel Martinelli be a breakout star? Everyone already knows how good he is.
What? Do they though? Because I'm sorry, this is a boy who's only ever scored 9 Premier League goals in his life. I mean, after all, there's a kid who failed a 2-week trial at Manchester United, right? He was even caught eating pizza with Fellaini in the canteen. Here he is posing with Paul Pogba, right? I'm sure that photo went in his WhatsApp group chat with all the boys back in Sao Paulo. He was probably the most popular kid in school. But Manchester United choosing not to sign this kid, and then 2 years later, after he decided walking sandbag like Odion Ighalo, you know, in between chucking in a bid for Josh King. Oh, it makes no sense. 2022 is the year of Gabriel Martinelli. This man has ice cool blood running through his veins. He slots the ball into the far corner of the net like Thierry Henry. I'm gonna call it. This man is going to leave behind the best Premier League legacy of any outfield Brazilian footballer in history. This boy is going to be an Arsenal legend. I'm calling it. He's going to seamlessly replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang next season, who by contrast is suddenly going to resemble some unfit Barcelona substitute who looks like he spends his afternoons eating chicken nuggets out of the sink. Martinelli is going to take 2022 by storm. He's going to smack in 30 goals in the calendar year. I mean, if I was Roberto Mancini, I would be spending 7 hours a day begging this boy down the phone to declare for Italy. Might as well send his mother flowers, buy him a new house, threaten that the Sicilian mafia will kidnap his dog, just anything. The Italian FA, just sign him up. He is the Brazilian Thierry Henry, and to think he's yet to be capped by Brazil, and yet some Aston Villa cabbage like Wesley Moraes has, it makes no sense. It's like the Queen choosing to overlook John Cleese in favour of giving a knighthood to Simon Cowell. Just, no? And I'm guessing next Christmas, in some Ipswich council flat, Kieran McKenna will be watching his former Manchester United pupil and feel like vomiting up his shreddies. You know, a bit like if Jake Paul's teachers can see him now. Martinelli is going to be a better footballer than Marcus Rashford. Manchester United will live to rue this mistake. I'm saying it now. Of all the Premier League footballers right now, this man is the most likely to win this. Well, not this exactly. Got it on eBay for a tenner. No, but you know what I mean. The proper one. Aston Villa, Aaron Ramsey. Watch out for Aaron Ramsey. No, not the stale Welshman who's currently getting splinters on the Juventus bench. No, this is Jacob Ramsey's brother. He's an FA Youth Cup winning midfielder. Listen, I know, it's weird. We could realistically be about to watch someone called Aaron Ramsey play in the Premier League on Match of the Day virtually every single weekend from 2008 through to 2040. That's over 30 years of Premier League commentators being forced to say the name Aaron Ramsey. I'm guessing by then, Martin Tyler's going to be close to setting fire to his tongue. I mean, I know 2019 was the year of the Longstaff brothers, before they both quickly turned into wet spaghetti before our very eyes. Two boys so painfully average and dull, they should arguably be selling stamps on the post office. But 2022 will be the year of the Ramsey brothers. By this time next year, both Jacob and Aaron will be playing week in, week out together in the Aston Villa midfield. Just you watch. Brentford, Josh Dasilva. Okay, Josh Dasilva has already had his breakout year in the Championship, right? 7 goals last season, 10 the year before, playing every week in the middle of the park. Yes, I realise that, but he's injured and yet to make his Premier League debut. I'm sorry, but this is a former Arsenal wonderkid. Someone who spent over a decade at that club. He is an English midfield talent who grew up on Wenger ball. Once he's back fit, trust me, just watch. After the summer break, this man is going to be an utter midfield star, one of the hungriest players in the Premier League. Trust me, he's going to be like a new £30 million signing for Brentford next season. Trust me, yes, I know right now he's probably clutching his leg that probably feels like it's made of mashed potato. But this time next year, he's going to have his first England cap under his belt. Just you watch. Brighton, Jeremy Sarmiento. Yeah, pretty simple here. Here we've got Jeremy Sarmiento, a 19-year-old Ecuadorian winger. I know what you're thinking. Clearly this is some homesick South American child who can't handle the English rain and thinks that fish and chips taste like cat anus and will be demanding the first flight home. Well, what if I tell you that he actually spent 9 years of his life on the books of Charlton Athletic and actually played for England at the 2019 Under-17 European Championships. Listen, I know he's out injured until March right now, but honestly, next season, this talented kid is going to be a star. He's a flash, tricky winger who's already spent 3 years off the books of Benfica, where he rejected offers from Barcelona and Bayern Munich. I mean, Man City were sniffing around him when he was 15 years of age. Yes, I know that sounds very Adam Johnson. Yes, I know he looks like the type of boy who probably spends 3 hours a day pouting in front of the mirror. Yes, he's one of these new breed of young footballers who probably goes home after training to kiss his phone on TikTok videos. But trust me, revisit this in a year, and I promise you, the Ecuadorian Austin McBroom will be one of the most picked players in fantasy football. Burnley Nathan Collins. Listen, Nathan Collins is already a £12 million signing from Stoke, so he's not really a secret, and yes, I realise that Sean Dyche clearly gets a kick out of suffocating the careers of Irish defenders by keeping them stapled to the bench. Poor old Jimmy Dunn. He was lucky. He escaped to QPR, but Christ above, look at poor old Kevin Long. He has been a Burnley bench warmer ever since leaving Cork in 2010. As a result, I'm guessing he's now just a walking zombie with self-esteem issues. You know, like a middle-aged man who's failed to even kiss a woman. But I actually think that when James Tarkowski leaves, either in January or the summer, then this 20-year-old Irish centre-half is going to excel as the partner for Ben Mee. Trust me, he's going to be solid, and he will establish himself as Shane Duffy's centre-back partner for Ireland as well. Trust me. Collins, it's gonna be good. Chelsea, Xavier Mbuyamba. Okay, Chelsea fans are hoping right now that the next breakout star is French centre-back Malang Sarr, right? Sorry, no, there's more chance of me growing fallopian tubes on my ears. He's already just another forgotten Chelsea signing, just lost on the back of the couch. You know, the modern day Papi Djilabaji. Christ above, Charlie Masonda is still playing for the reserve team, and he's 25 years old. I suppose Trevoh Chalobah is already had his breakout year in 2021, so I'll go for Xavier Mbuyamba. He's a 19-year-old Dutch defender who arrived from Barcelona last year, and honestly, look at those muscles. He looks like someone who probably eats a baby cow for breakfast. Honestly, what do they feed defenders in Holland? Just like Virgil van Dijk, he looks like someone who probably hit puberty at 7 years of age. Cresswell, what was he, shaving at 12? Driving a minivan at 15? This guy turns 20 on Christmas Eve. I just have a feeling that a brick wall of a centre-half like him at his age, he's gonna provide a cheap replacement for Antonio Rudiger. Trust me, he is next off the Chelsea conveyor belt. Although, Cresswell, he's yet to make his debut and can still afford a couch like that. He's still wearing designer gear. What? He's earning £20,000 a week. That's £1 million a year to do what? Eat cookies on the couch? Crystal Palace, Eberechi Eze. Okay, Eberechi Eze already had his breakout star, right? 14 goals in one season for QPR during the 1920 campaign. I'm guessing James Lawrence Alcott probably left Loftus Road every week with a wet patch on his pants. And yes, Eze has had his moments in a Palace shirt last season, even if his end product was about as consistent as a pensioner's bowels. Just 4 goals in 34 games before picking up a serious injury in May. But lads, watch. He has slowly crawled back to full fitness. He is yet to start a match under Patrick Vieira, but I promise you, a fit and hungry Eze in January. And lads, give it a year, and Palace's number 10 is going to be the star of Sellers Park. He turns 24 in June. I promise you, this coming of age utter midfield talent. He is a kid who spent 5 years being nurtured in the Arsenal Academy, and now he's playing under his hero Patrick Vieira. Trust me, by this time next year, he'll have scored 10 calendar goals in 2022 and weighing in with at least 8 assists. And lads, next autumn, he's going to make his full England debut as an audition for the 2022 World Cup. Just watch. Everton, Lewis Dobbin. Yeah, you're probably all screaming at me until I'm blue in the face for not picking Anthony Gordon. Yeah, I know he's shown glimpses in an Everton kit, but he's a 20-year-old attacking midfielder who still hasn't scored a single goal. And lads, he's nearly 30 games deep, and they didn't even score on loan for Preston last season. We're approaching Tony Hibbert levels of end product. I mean, let's not forget, Tom Davies was also a breakout star at his age, and again, in front of goal, he looks about as confident as Togged at the gym. Instead, I'm gonna go for Lewis Dobbin. He's an 18-year-old striker, a goal machine for the reserves. I don't know, I think he'll score maybe 3 or 4 goals next year. Leeds, Charlie Cresswell. Listen, Leeds have been utterly chewed apart by injuries this season. It's mad, this boy was born in August 2002. He's essentially a walking fetus who's never even heard of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He's a Leeds centre half, and yet show him a photo of Mark Viduka and they'll assume it's just some fat cast member of Home and Away. It's mental how young he is, but I think he will seize his chance in 2022. And by the end of the year, this 19-year-old schoolboy is going to be a first choice Leeds United centre half, learning under one of the most brilliant tactical brains in the game. Just watch. Leicester, Kieran Dewsbury Hall. There's a shout that Kieran Dewsbury Hall is already having his breakout year in 2020 2021. But is it really? Because he's only started 2 Premier League games all year. And last season just spent it on loan at Luton Town. Ozzy coming back after lockdown in 2020 and being told that at the age of 22 that he was going on loan to Luton, it was almost a bit insulting. A bit like a 16-year-old being told that they still need a babysitter. It's a bit weird when you can now grow hair on your face. Listen, Dewsbury Hall is clearly a late developer, but there are signs that he's the next James Maddison, so I'm going to call it. I think he'll score his first Premier League goal in January, kick on from there to establish himself as one of the first names on Leicester's team sheets, forcing the likes of Ioti Perez to crawl off and cry in the KFC toilets. Liverpool Tyler Morton. Tyler Morton just made his Liverpool debut in midfield away at AC Milan. I mean, who does that? Praise of the 19-year-old boy has come from nowhere to suddenly start in midfield away at Tottenham's spaceship of a stadium. This is a boy who was born on Halloween, so clearly there's an air of him having some sort of witch blood in his veins. Ozzy, 2022 is going to be the year of Tyler Morton. Yes, I know he sounds like some secondary character in Fight Club. Yes, I know he looks like someone who failed an audition for Harry Potter. I mean, Ozzy, that looks like a face that belongs at Hogwarts, but honestly, he'll play 20 plus games for Liverpool in all competitions next year. He'll win his first England cap. Watch out for him. He is the heir to Fabinho. Man City, Gavin Bazunu. Gavin Bazunu is the future of Manchester City. Yeah, we all thought Liverpool were the ones holding on to a future Irish #1, but no. Turns out that deep in the resources of Manchester City, they've got the name of Gavin Bazunu on file somewhere in their employment office. Yes, I know Ederson is blocking his path to the first team, but lads, this is a 19-year-old boy who's already got 10 Ireland caps. He has saved a penalty from Cristiano Ronaldo, just won RTE Young Sports Person of the Year award. He's currently on loan at Portsmouth, and guess what? Just kept 4 clean sheets in a row and just pulled off a world-class wonder save against Morton. I mean, success in 2022 for him will be League One promotion with Portsmouth before returning to the Etihad and yes, pushing Zach Steffen into the fattest dustbin he can find to replace him as the club's #2 goalkeeper. Trust me, next autumn this man will be 20 years of age and playing every match for Man City in the EFL Cup right up until the goddamn final. And yes, Ederson will pick up a senseless red card after Halloween, meaning that Bazunu is going to make his Premier League debut for Manchester City. This kid earns £5,000 a week. No, next September, I'm predicting he's going to pen a long-term deal worth £50,000 a week. Don't worry, Gavin, no longer will you have to eat baked beans on toast for dinner or sleep in a bin bag outside the train station. No, Bazunu, this is going to be the best year of your life. I mean, his middle name is Okakraguna, which is the guttural noise I'll be making when he once again pulls off another wonder save in an Ireland shirt to help us win the Nations League. Honestly, lads, this is the year of Bazunu. Man United, Shola Shortire. Well, this has to be the year for Shola Shortire, right? Yeah, he's going to score a few goals for Man United. I'm predicting he'll score a few goals in the Cups. He'll score his first Premier League goal. Yeah, he'll have a good year. Newcastle, Ryan Fraser. Yeah, so Ryan Fraser is going to have a breakout year the year he turns 28. I'm sorry, what? 3 years ago, this guy was rivaling Eden Hazard at the top of the Premier League assist charts. So a breakout year? 10 years after he stopped being a teenager? I'm sorry, do I have cookie dough in my brain? Lads, the reason I'm saying he's going to have a breakout year this year is because Fraser so far has been an underwhelming donut, struggling to catch his breath on a Newcastle shirt. So far, Fraser has 1 goal and 4 assists in nearly 18 months as a Newcastle player. It is such pitiful stats, I think I might actually cry. But I think next year, under his old boss Eddie Howe, playing in a team with reinforcements, I think he's going to be one of the most improved players in the league. Trust me, we are about to witness the rebirth of Ryan Fraser. Norwich, Andrew Omobamidele. Okay, let's be honest, Norwich City are getting relegated. So yeah, 2022 will be the year of Andrew Omobamidele. He was another fella born during the 2002 World Cup. Price above, he's probably waiting for Santa Claus to jump down the chimney. Go to bed, Andrew, it's getting late. But I think under Dean Smith, this 19-year-old centre half will establish himself as first choice in the Norwich defence in the Championship. And yeah, he's going to have a £20 million price tag slapped in his face. Just you watch. And he's going to have a great year. Southampton, Kegs, Chalk. Yeah, it's the year of Kegs, Chalk, I guess. I don't know. Next, Tottenham, Dane, Scarlett. Jose Mourinho's already tipped Dane Scarlett to be phenomenal. That's enough for me. Apparently, this little boy is an insane finisher in front of goal. The boy turns 18 in March. I have a feeling that under Antonio Conte, he will smack in a dramatic, last-minute, big goal for Tottenham. One we will remember in 10 years' time. Think Federico Macheda versus Aston Villa in 2009. Scarlett is going to score a last-minute, dramatic, late equaliser against West Ham in March. He'll spank in 2 goals against Burnley in May before netting on the last day of the season at Carrow Road. Trust me, I can see it. He's going to make his England debut. He will score about 10 Premier League goals at the end of 2022. He could go to Qatar. Honestly. He could be like what Theo Walcott was in 2006. This is the year of Dane Scarlett. Watford, Joao Pedro. Yeah, just like Gabriel Martinelli, Joao Pedro is another Brazilian superstar. I mean, considering they're both 20 years of age, I'm guessing they have to go bowling together, grab brunch in central London. Sure, they have to be friends, right? But yeah, Watford love to nurture a young Brazilian. Clearly they're going to try and mold this guy into the next Richarlison. And yeah, I think he'll impress in the second half of the season. Smash in a few more goals before getting a summer move to Everton. Yeah, why not? West Ham, Harrison Ashby. Yeah, here you've got a 20-year-old right back who's been at West Ham since the age of 9. I mean, this won't be a stunning year where he's going to break the sport. He's not going to become a worldwide star overnight. I don't know. 10 Premier League starts before the year is out? Why not? Wolves, Chem Campbell. Remember the name Chem Campbell. Just remember it. Remember that name. Anyway, that's it for this episode. What do you think? Alright, who do you think is going to be your breakout star? Let me know in the comments below. Join the video. Don't forget to check out as always. I'll talk shit a while.